Alright, good morning, good afternoon, good night. It doesn't matter when you're watching this, it only matters that you're watching. The internet is acting up today. I'm not able to go ahead and stream this because of the freaking frame drops that I'm having right about now. I don't have time to just sit back and fix all this right now. The only thing I have time for is marking out the chart. Because I'm rather late. I'm rather late. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Marking out all our session highs, all our session lows, 1 hour highs, 1 hour lows, 4 hour highs, 4 hour lows to be had in the market. We just swept the 4 hour high. If the market is going to act like it did yesterday, there's not going to be any trades taken today. Yesterday was some fugazi ass shit. Market did some really fine special stuff last night or yesterday. Okay, that's there. That's on the downside. I do have more to the downside. Let me make sure that the camera's working. Camera's working. Microphone's working. Okay, good. I should have probably checked that a lot sooner than this, but oh well. We go into the 4 hour. Okay, let's start it off with the bigger time frame. We can see that we are clearly in a bearish momentum on higher time frames. On the daily, we can also see that we're respecting the downtrend. We're not taking out any of the higher highs, but at the same time, we're not really taking out any of the lower lows either. So, in that regard, we're in a downtrend but consolidating at the same time. So, if we go into the 4 hour, we can see that we're respecting the downtrend. We're not taking out the higher highs. We did not take out this 4 hour high. We took out this 4 hour high, I'm sorry. And ES, we did that exact same thing right here. So we go into the 1 hour. We already see that we have swept liquidity to the upside due to market open. Did we do that on ES? Yes. So liquidity to the upside. I don't think we swept that just yet. Did you just edge it? Dude, that just edged. It didn't even bust through. That just edged. Okay. Come on. Ooh, the internet today, buddy. The internet today. Acting a little funky wonky. See that we pushed through this high, but we couldn't bear it. We couldn't manage to touch this high. We're on NASDAQ. We just now went ahead and tapped the high. We didn't break above. That right there is telling me that we're going to have the potential to look for shorts today. But I need further confluences to tell me that. We have this fair value gap on the 1 hour. But this could be a good determination on what we're wanting to do. About a 1 hour fair value gap that could be respected, and we could see something off of that. We get a 15-minute down here and up here. So do I want to wait on the hourly frame or do I want to wait on the... That's the question that I have right now. Anywhoosies, go off and mark out our important time frames. 9:30 is when market opens. 9:50 is when market goes and price goes ahead and starts manipulating itself. 10:10 is when we get the macro, and then 11:30 I stop my trades if I'm not already in the trade. So right off the bat, I could already see that NASDAQ or ES has the potential to be the leading index to the downside because NASDAQ, I'm sorry, came up and touched this high. ES itself, although blew this high along with NASDAQ, could not come up and touch this high, which shows that orders, or we need to see orders fill to the upside to indicate that price is looking to go further down. As of right now, we don't really see a break of structure. We don't see a break of structure, so we're just waiting. Stop it! You're not going outside. Sorry about that, guys. When nature calls, you just gotta go, you know what I mean? probably not the best idea to put the Zen in my mouth. Alright, so market is going to open within the next few minutes. Let's go ahead and see if we could actually see a S&T divergence happen. Got it from this high up to that high on NASDAQ, on ES. Sorry, did that wrong. There to there. From here to there. We can see that we can see ES has more leading orders to the upside. NASDAQ is just flat. So while looking at this, ES has the potential to go I know I said ES has the potential to go further up. But no, I did that right. NASDAQ has more orders to the upside, was able to go ahead and tap this high, creating the SMT from this high to this high. And then we got the SMT from on ES from this high up to this high. Now we need to be able to see a confirmation that price is done looking to go further up and wants to go further down. If I don't get a breaker structure to the upside indicating that price is done looking to go fill further orders up, then we are done. I think we get that break actually right here. Let's see if we actually get that very same break. Alright, so orders were filled. Now, what I want to be able to see is NASDAQ break structure to the downside. Oops, I mean ES, not NASDAQ. We're not even acting the same. Let me just back up again and do this. S&T, NASDAQ has the potential to go further up. ES has the potential to go down. Just drawing that out so that way I don't confuse the hell out of myself. I need both of these pairs to start acting the same on a higher time frame. Because right now, although on smaller time frames they're kind of behaving the same, on higher time frames when we go to the 1 hour we could see that this is creating an up candle where this is creating a down candle. We're still very early into market open too, so bruh, the internet today is just wonky. It doesn't even give me my drawing. Like, where's my drawing? The internet today, brother. The internet. What can I say? Four-hour. We're above this. On this candlestick, we're pretty much above this 4-hour high on ES. NASDAQ, we're very much above that. Can't manage to come up here just yet, but we still have 26 minutes left on this candlestick to determine what we want to do with ourselves. My whole bias for today is bearish, though. Why? Because we failed. We failed to close above this high last night. Coming into this morning, we pushed further down, respecting the fact that we didn't even want to come back up to these highs, like I just said, until today when we actually opened up. When market opened up, we're now at this 4-hour high. The chances and the likelihood of price wanting to come back down over here is there, but the chances of it also going up is high as well. So I say that because you can see that price is on NASDAQ. It's wanting to go ahead and try to push that further up process. So in the meantime, we're just really seeing and waiting for positive confluences to go in. Like it again, if market wants to act like it did yesterday, let it. This was yesterday. Was it? Yeah, this was yesterday. So if market wants to do all this shit again, like it did yesterday, let it. I'm just gonna let it. I'm not even gonna waste capital on this. I'm not even gonna force a trade. I don't give a fuck about it. Don't give two shits. NASDAQ is showing me that it wants to be the leading index to the downside instead. Let's see if we break structure. That's good. That's good. This just helps my bias even more. The only thing that I possibly got wrong was the fact that NASDAQ was going to be the high and ES was going to be the low. We're not even need a low created so that way I could get equilibrium in. I don't have a retracement tool to go up. I don't have a fair value gap to use as a retracement. So I gotta rely on EQ, but at the same time, I don't want to be too careless with this. It really all depends on what we do on this 4 hour. If one index closes above and the other index closes below, then I'm gonna be looking for a world of hurt. But if this can close above the 4 hour on NASDAQ and do the exact same thing, yes, then we're gonna be looking for highs. We're gonna be looking for longs up until these highs or possibly these highs. Couldn't get a break above that. Oh, what's the 15-minute hitting for? Couldn't even get equilibrium there. If we do end up actually touching this high within the next like 2-3 candlesticks, then I gotta wait for a confirmation to see exactly what we're gonna do from there on out, because we have the potential to come up here, sweep this high, take out liquidities to the upside, and then show us a breaker structure to the downside to indicate that we want to go ahead and seek further lower. So, which then will like give my bias that much more power, but as of right now, we're not even close to 950 yet though. We're at 940. We don't even get a retrace into it just yet. So I want to wait and see exactly what we do off of this high. Alright, so we took out this high. NES. NASDAQ did the exact same thing. Checking the chart, thank you. Well, that SMT is no longer valid. That SMT is no longer valid just because we just took out both of those highs on both of those indexes. Now, what I need to be able to see, if I'm looking for the sells, I need to be able to go ahead and see some confirmation to the downside. If I don't see any confirmation to the downside, then we're going to be looking for these highs. But first and foremost, we need to see confirmations. So, got to break above this. We get the inverse. We get a fair value gap right there, creating the inverse. Let's see what we do out of that. Fair value gap that price has the opportunity to trace into. If we get a retracement and it comes back up and breaks above, I'm going long. But if I go ahead and get a break of structure before that, which has the, if I get a break of structure before that, I'll go off the break. If I get the inverse, then I'll get the inverse, go off the inverse. Probably should wait on a 5-minute retracement. I need to wait on a 5-minute retracement. I need to wait on a 5-minute retracement. Because you could see that price right now is looking to do that retrace. So scratch the first thought, the first theory. Wait for a 5-minute retrace. I'm looking for the buy, I'm looking for the swing low, the swing high. From here, I need to see price come down, touch this, and then go up. Or I'm sorry, come down, break this level to then come up to touch this level to go up. Unless we get a 5-minute retracement out of this gap. But that will be an inverse fair value gap, which wouldn't necessarily be what we need right now. So take that away. No matter what, once this candle gets printed, we have the opportunity to come back down and retrace into this 5-minute fair value gap right here. But nonetheless, this does show that price does want to come back down into here. So then give me that retracement. This 4 hour still looking very strong. Still looking very strong. But at the same time, this could have also went ahead and gave us a, hold on, an S&T. That's an hourly, that's not a 4 hour. So that S&T is no longer good. Alright, so NASDAQ, we're looking for the buys. ES will be looking for sells. And just to be ready for the sells, this is what I'll do. Yeah, I still need to get underneath there. This right here might have actually given us a new SMT. ES went ahead and closed above this. That's not an SMT. That is. Although we blew above this, we couldn't be able to come up further. That's not an SMT. Why? Because both of these indexes went ahead and took out both of these highs. If we break below this 5-minute low right here, then there's a high probability of us going down, but I need to see more confirmations to the downside afterwards. This candlestick is throwing me off compared to this one. This one's more higher up than NASDAQ. But the next candlestick is, yeah, so this is going down. Once we inverse this gap, or not inverse, once we respect this gap, I'll look to go further in. Alright, we show that we inverse the gap, or not inverse. We show that we respected the gap. Now I need to see a break of structure out of this. Or we could just come back into the gap and respect equilibrium. That's okay too. That is okay too. Take profit 1, take profit 2, 3, final take profit. We have about 4 minutes. We have 2 minutes left on this 4-hour candlestick. Looking very healthy on NASDAQ. Yes. We're still looking healthy. Let me make sure I'm actually looking at the right shit here. As long as we break this 4-hour high. That's all that really matters. Just need to be able to close above that 4-hour high. But as of right now, it will help me go ahead and get a retracement. The 4-hour will help me get a retracement to the downside if I am looking for the longs. But if I'm looking for the shorts, then I need this to go ahead and at least close below, like right here, or somewhere like right here on ES. Same thing on NASDAQ. I need NASDAQ to come down here. But for it to come down all the way, it might not happen because this is the more bullish index. ES is the more leading index to the downside, so I need to see that break of structure to the upside. Did we get that break yesterday? Yeah. We got it at like 6 and then we continued on further down. So we broke the 4-hour high, or we broke the 4-hour low yesterday at 6. Price wanted to come back up, but sellers were more in control. Hopefully today is a little better. But again, looking for longs right now is going to kind of be a little bit of a tricky task because the natural trend for everything is just down. Liquidity sweep, break a structure. Liquidity sweep, did we get a break? Not as clean as ES is. So, with that being said and done, let's go ahead and set up for the sells just in case. So, swing high towards the swing low. ES, we're still holding. Again, if we respect this fair value gap and see a break out of it, 1 minute I need to see a break of structure to the upside. ES, I need to see price come in. I need to see price come down out of that. So up, down. When we get here, I need to see a break of structure. Okay, so we closed above. Closed above, but we weren't able to close above this 1 hour, but that's fine. That's alright. Nonetheless, what we needed was that break. Now I need to see price either want to come back down here, touch equilibrium, they give me a break of structure out of equilibrium in a 1 minute, or price respect the fair value gap, give me a break of structure on the 1 minute, showing that price wants to go up. But again, if price wants to act like it did yesterday, let it. I'm not with the fugaziness. So equilibrium. Price came up, price came down, price cannot go ahead and get a break of structure out of this. Unless we get the break of structure here. See what we actually do out of this. If we inverse this on a 5 minute, then price is going to look to go further down. Why? Because this is going to be a confirmation tool to show that price is looking to go further down if we actually do break below this. Yes, we broke below that. Yes, gave me confirmation already. Came up, down. Did we get a break out of that? No, not until here. Now I really am struggling whether or not to trust the model or wait. I want to see what we do. I want to see what we do here. If we come down and then come back up, we break below completely, then the high chance that we're going to be going short. Or looking for shorts for a minute. Down, we're coming up. Here's the original break. We break above this, creating the inverse, then we're looking for longs. But if we keep respecting the fair value gap, then we're going for short. It all depends on what we do with this. But this is screaming at me to go short, because we've already inversed this 1 minute. ES is still above it. Our NASDAQ is still above this fair value gap. ES is a little bit further down from it, showing me a confirmation. Alright, so we inverse the gap. Let's see if this holds true. Based on what I see right here, we might just come up, stop me out, and do some fuck shit after that. To be honest with you, this might just be how it was yesterday, and if it was, I'm not coming back into this. We can let market do whatever the fuck market wants to do with itself. Sorry. Now we just patiently wait to see exactly what plays out. I overextended my take profits for two reasons. For one main reason. The main reason is when you're in a funded account and you are just starting, my recommendation, and you don't necessarily have to do this, but my recommendation is to set your take profit pretty high and make sure that you're able to achieve it. Why? Because if you only go for maybe a $200 win for your first trade, you are then capping yourself with the potential to make more money later down the line and complete the funded account that much faster or slower. Sorry. If you were to go ahead and target, say, $800 for your first win, maybe $900, maybe $1,000, your cap from there on out is $1,000. You can't go over $1,000, but that's okay. That's fine. From there on out, our goal is to make anything less than that and to continue to compound the days to equal out to more green days to eventually over-exceed the $1,000 within the first week, and then after that meet the consistency rule of 40% to drop into the funded account. That's how I pass my accounts when it comes to consistency. It's not for the faint of heart. Most people don't like doing it just because of the structure that is there for it. But me personally, that structure works. I was able to pass my funded account with that very same structure. So And on top of that, that's not even my structure that I use. I took that theory off of another profitable trader that I was first watching in the beginning. He mentioned that once you first start off in the futures, your main goal when you get your first trade is to make sure that that first trade is a lot of money, so that way you're not like completely capped to how much money you can make after that. Because again, if you only make $200 for one trade, that is your cap. That is the most that you can make. You can't go over that. So therefore, you're only going to be able to trade with like $100 to make 200, to make 300, or maybe not even that. If your cap is 200, you're only going to be able to risk like $60 to make 80. Like that to me doesn't seem right. That to me doesn't sit well with me. It just doesn't sit well with me. It makes more sense to go balls deep first, and then, you know, make sure you don't hit that high threshold first, and then just keep compounding the days, so that way they add up to that $1,000. So then when you're there meeting your $1,000 mark, you're also meeting the consistency rule. Instead of hitting the $1,000, being down here with your consistency rule and just tricking, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with taking your time. I'd actually prefer you guys to take your time when it comes to this. But in order to not completely put yourself into a bind, or a rock and a hard place, I should say, go ahead and just make your first profit target at least 500 to 700. Maybe me personally, I make it 1,000. Anything more than that, I'm able to trade with, and oh yeah, there's another thing. If you make more money in that move, you're able to then trade with more money. So not only do you set a cap for yourself of $1,000, say, you also are now able to trade with $500 of that, because of course the account is starting with 2,500 or 2,000. I'm sorry. If you go it up to 1,000, you pretty much added on 500 to the max drawdown, so which only leaves you with $500 more to then be able to trade with. Now, if I were to see a reversal happen for some reason or another, I am out of the trade. Completely out of the trade. I would have to suck it up and go with the option that I told you guys, which was taking your time, letting this be like $200, $300, letting that be the cap. Or what you can do is just close this. Another thing that you could do with this is to say, if you had to close out the trade for $200, or you made $200 for your first trade, you can then overextend the next trade, which would then throw off the consistency rule, but you now have more money to trade with, and on top of that, you then give yourself a bigger cap to go off of. You then are able to set that cap again. Like, you're not just set permanently in the cap if you were to just take one trade. You are able to take multiple trades, equaling out to more money than the original trade that you took, but after you've taken that first or second trade to get you where your cap wants to be, your goal is to just compound smaller days after that. This is that hourly gap, I believe. Yeah, so we'll see what happens in this hourly gap. If we come back down and come back up, the chances of this doing some nice fun stuff in here are highly, and I use fun vaguely. I just hope I don't get a like deep ass retrace to the upside, because that would be the only thing that takes me out right now. And a deep retracement can come in a form of a 5-minute retracement or a 1-minute retracement. What I'm really hoping for is just a 1-minute retracement. Not even. Not even. I'm just hoping we don't get a deep retrace. Now we're in a 5-minute retrace, but this 5-minute candlestick is about to end, but that's not going to be the end of the story, because then we got to worry about the beginning of this new candlestick printing. That can still have a lot more power to the upside. If we inverse this gap, the chances of us coming up further are high. This is starting to look like price action yesterday. This candlestick just took out orders all the way down here. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, this is the exact same price action as it was yesterday. The exact same stuff. Kill the trade there. These candlesticks wicks are disgusting. Come on. You have to be fucking kidding me, dude. Like right now? Right now? Right now. I know where market wants to go. Stop playing with my emotions. I just had a bad entry. I'm trailing stop this time, so that way I'm not gonna lose out on money. I'm risk-free off the table. Completely risk-free off the table. Once we start seeing more break of structures to the downside, I'll continue to move my stop loss. Taking off some money now. Positive $80 on a day. I think I actually messed up that order. It doesn't show that I have... It doesn't show that I was able to take out that order. It just took out that contract, which means it took out more money than I could have possibly made. But I'm still in for my 2 contracts. If I mess this up, that means I'm losing more money. These wicks are kind of going to be, they're going to be the downfall of me, just because the premise is, if we have a large wick to the downside and body is acting the way it is now, that means price has already taken out orders to the downside. Taking out these orders over here, taking out these orders here. So now it's just looking to see exactly what it wants to do. But again, if it has a large ass wick to the downside, then it means it's already taken out those orders that it was trying to seek out, and now it's trying to battle between the buy side to see if the buy side could control more of the downside. But as you can see, buyers and sellers again are back in it. So again, once more, if we inverse this gap, we're closing the position. If we continue to respect the gap, then we're looking to go further down. But I could tell you right now, I messed up that order. I'm not out. I didn't gain any money just of yet. I might have actually be losing more money off of this if I'm not careful. So if I really need to manage the trade from here on out to be able to have this be green. So in the future, I'm not doing that again. Or if I'm going to take profit, I need to learn how to do that better. I'm still new to taking profits, as you can see. Fair value gap is going to be there after this candlestick is done. And we're going to continue to see the process. This right here is just a continuation trade. And a confirmation, I should say. Confirmation to see the price wants to go further down. I'm like a mafia flick. You know, sleeping with the fishes or sleeping with my mistress. I just said about the dishes. Okay, price does not want to come back up here, so that's no longer good. Now we can draw up the other fair value gap. You know, all the money, but pop it, don't stop it. Pop it, don't stop. What you popping? I'm drawing it up too early. I should be waiting on this candlestick to go ahead and print, but I want to be ahead of the game, so. Price is already confirmed that it wants to go lower, but I don't want to be caught up in another situation again. I don't want to be caught up in a situation again. And if I do, if we inverse this gap, I wanted to take out more highs. Closing the position. Let's get it punk up on the thunder in the dancer. Really got you hoping that you're floating, so you got to dance with me. It erases toleration, twice the sensory, let's get it percolated, dilated, what you dance for? Punk up on the lung, that on the end is dancery. She got you hoping, now you're floating, so you got to dance for me. But the Bowman wants some more, nigga. Slide on the better jet ski, yeah. I'm trying to fuck you with your bestie, yeah. Touch it, test me, yeah. Chris Crib, drip, go. Not a bitch. To fit that, not to get the coupe on my wrist. Again with a long wick to the downside. That's gonna be some nasty work. We're about to retrace hard. Unless we could come back down before this candle closes, then, you know, less to worry about, but if we get a retracement up to here, closing above, like, right here, buckle up. We're going on for a ride, gentlemen and ladies. Look, we know price wants to go down, but it needs to take out liquidity to the upside to go further down. If you want to inverse that gap, I'll close this position right here. Do you want to respect the gap? You know you want to. Not you floating, so you got to dance for me. No need no hateration. I wonder if this was the retracement. We'll check that out afterwards. Drip, go woo, what a. Did you take the net? Get a coupe? It says 30-minute candlestick right now that just printed. Gave us wicks to the upside. Taking wicks to the downside doesn't look too nasty. At the moment, we're respecting the gap. Buckle up. It's bound to be a bumpy ride, guys. So remember what happened last time we came so close to a low. Over here. We barely, where was it, here? Although we touched in, we barely wanted to do anything out of that. Or, I'm sorry, it was right here. Once we got to the low, it was all like, what the fuck are we doing? Came down, touched into the low over here. We consolidated a little bit, and then we went back up and retraced. We could have that exact same thing happen right here, where price could come up and inverse this gap within the next few candlesticks. It's a possibility. I'm not taking it completely off the table. But honestly, if I would have just trusted the model sooner, I would have had a better entry. Like, if I would have just trusted it up here when I got the actual break instead of waiting, we would have been okay, because the stop would have been up here. And as you can see, we pretty much came up to it, but then didn't muster the courage to actually break that. Instead, we just flushed to the downside. I'm telling you, if you want to give me a deep retracement, I'll close out this trade right here, right now. Disrespect this fair value gap. Buckle up, guys. Telling you, if you want to go ahead and close above this, I'll close right here. I'm not risking any more money to be lost. Right now we're in a 5-minute retracement. Or 1-minute retracement, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're about to go ahead and get a deep retracement. I know I said I wanted to close, but I want to see how this reacts. Because this could just, market just could be testing people's resilience right now to get out of the market and taking out other orders at the same time. I want to test my resilience. I move stop loss back up to original place so that way if price did want to come back down and do some back up and do some fuck shit, at least I don't get taken out completely. I don't know how much money I'd be actually out. But this didn't modify the right way. I really should just close out of here. This is not looking good for me. Alright, well. How much was that? About $100. Not bad. That's not bad at all. I actually thought that would be less, but I'm not willing to mess around with price anymore just because this is repeating the exact same move that it made up here. It's just repeating the exact same move, which means it's gonna probably want my high. Actually, no. The chances of us coming all the way back up here are not likely, but still, I'm following my rules. My rules are if price really wanted to continue down smoothly, let it, get in it, be in, take your profit. But if it wants to act like it is today, then let it. Now I can go back in and follow the exact same model, but I don't know. I think I should just call it with that and be happy with the 100 that I made for the day. Yeah, look at this deep retracement. It's the exact same move that happened right here. And then after that, what did you see? We see a downtrend. So we know where price wants to go. And right now, I'm just debating on whether or not I want to continue. If I want to be able to continue, I need to see the break of structure to the downside on a 5-minute, and then I don't even know. I don't even think I should. Unless we get a high up here to go off of, then this wouldn't be the high that we have to go off of after that. Five-minute inverse for a value gap showing the break of structure to the downside. We don't need a liquidity sweep because, well, we already had a liquidity sweep up there. Telling you, man, the internet today. Is this God giving me? This is straight up God telling me to stay off the charts from here on out. Inverse the gap, EQ, be touched in. After we see a break of structure, after we see this break of structure, we're in. Buyers are refusing for price to come down. We have 5 minutes left, or 2 minutes left until this candle closure. Instead of taking profit all the way down here, I'll take profit here. Just because price is showing me already that it's wanting to really have a battle out with, have a bout with buyers right now. So I'm gonna let them have their bouts. I'm gonna let them have them fights. Me personally, I'll just take my next trade down to here. If we don't get the inverse fair value gap, then we're looking for the break of structure. You know you want to go further down. You know you want to. Everybody, everybody, everybody go to hell. Enough of it, off of it, off it, all we go. Jesus. Good Lord in heaven. Alright, I really gotta be ready for this. Way to get a break. I entered in too soon. Fuck. Damn it. I need to see that break. If not, we're gonna get tapped. That's all because I didn't wait on the break of structure. I'm gonna close out now and then I'm gonna wait on that break of structure to the downside. Because without that break of structure, it's gonna fuck me. It's gonna fuck me. Why? Because that break of structure is a confirmation that price wants to go further down. Without that break of structure, I can't do anything. Price will just continue to show me that it wants to do fuck shit. As you could see. That was my fault. I should never have entered. But thankfully, I noticed that and reacted fast enough so that way I didn't get tapped out. Corrections, man, corrections. Although that could have been avoided by just paying attention. Without that break, it's gonna show that price wants to do some fuck shit still. If we get the break of structure out of this, we'll be in premium range, but confluences are there. Fuck it, we're gonna have to take it down. Just to make it a get even trade. Nothing, don't forget that I'm old and can't forget that I'm going. Police, they phone me. Need to think that I can know me. It's that inverse fair value gap that would need to get disrespected. Or the fair value gap that needs to get disrespected to show that price wants to go up. But if it respects price and gets away from this area, then we know that price doesn't want to come back in here right now. If we get a 15-minute break of structure, then we should be looking okay. That seems to be what we're waiting on right now, is that 15-minute break of structure. The 1 hour is finally intact. 4 hours working together with the 1 hour. If we don't get this break, then we're going to be jumping around for a little bit still. Oh, the higher time frames are showing bearish. Come on. Come on. Like, we've been playing games since fucking 9:30. Since the open, we've been playing games. I'm just hoping that this candle does not look like this candle. Trading days on Fridays, though. If it inverses this gap, I'm out. I'm not even gonna play around with this anymore because this is. Or maybe today just wasn't a home run move. Maybe today was just small bases. And I'm just overextending. That could also be the possibility. We're gonna be riding this out for like another 11 minutes. Cause we're honestly waiting for higher time frames to show us a move. We have this fair value gap on 30-minute. But sheesh, if we come back up in that range, then we're kind of cooked. Inverse the gap so I could close it. And those are equal highs. We might just be cooked. If we can't actually, like, do something out of this, we're cooked. It's the 15-minute time frame, buddy. Brother. It's the 15-minute time frame that's really doing us in right now. And it's bleeding over into the 30. Like, if it continues to bleed over into the 30-minute time frame like that, my experience has showed me that we're going to continue on with moves that are not preferable or tolerable. Market is just trying its best not to have price come down. That's literally all that this is. Did we get a 5-minute break? I don't even need to go off of that. There's a fair value gap right there. Go off of the fair value gap and see if we come back up. If we come back up and disrespect this, then the likelihood of us continuing on to the upside is pretty grim. But if we could respect the fair value gap and go down, then we're okay. But then we need to see confirmation on that. I need to see break a structure to confirm that price wants to go down lower. This is just a continuation. Break a structure is the confirmation. If we don't get the confirmation or the continuation, we're cooked. If it inverses this gap right here, I gotta close. Gonna break a structure, then that's a confirmation price wants to go further down. How much further? Can't tell you, but what I can tell you wants to go further down afterwards. We have 9 minutes left on this candlestick. Okay. We got the break of structure. Let's see if it holds. Now that we moved away from all these fair value gaps, they're no longer good for us. What we need to start looking for is a new fair value gaps that are being formed. And then just keep repeating the process. From here on out, we have a continuation and a confirmation price wants to go down. This will continue to show us, as this we can use as a continuation still to prove that price wants to go further down. If price goes away from it, we're good. If price comes up, breaks above this, we're kind of in trouble. Because that means we're back to square one on 5 minutes to look for the continuation down. Or it could just be a test of resilience. But in either way, you're not in a very good predicament. You're not. And if we look over here, we could see where price wants to be taking orders out of. So we have all this right here. We have this low right here. That's very close to our low. So that's going to tell me that price wants to go ahead and take out these lows as well. I might just kill the trade here. Just because of how it's already been acting. That is only like a, what? I don't even think that's a 5-move handle right there. That's literally one point, so I don't really care for it. What I care for is the actual liquidity that is in my direction that would give me more benefit. What I mean by that is showing, just giving me confidence. Putting my stop here, my take profit here gives me more confidence to say, hey, you look, this is where we're at. It's easy for price to take that out. If price wants to reverse off of that, that's okay, because, you know, we're set for it. We still have to use us. We don't have a new fair value gap yet. If we want to go ahead and look for a continuation down, we could use the inverse, or we could use the break of structure. At this point, we're going to have to probably see the break of structure before we see anything else. The 15-minute candlestick finally went ahead and did its thing, but now we're in a new one. We all seen how it first acted. We all seen how that first 15-minute candlestick acted, so later on, later into the 15-minute candlestick, we could probably see more of a move down, but right now, buyers are going to be more in control. But nonetheless, I want to be ready for it. Inverse this gap and I'm out. But if we stay away from the gap, let me see if we have a 5-minute gap to go off of. No. Then we have equilibrium to show us there's a continuation. Yeah, we're going to come back up into here after. If we break above and continue to go further up, then we're closing the trade. That's only if price wants to go ahead and test out these levels up here and get a retrace. Because price could also just say, forget that, I have enough fuel to come down here and do what we need to do to take out your order, sir. Three trades today. And I had to be done now. There's no ands, if, or buts about this. Act funny. I'll close this. What is going on? It's a 15-minute candlestick that is just acting up. What in the world was that? Well, that was beyond crazy. I hope that doesn't happen again. Again, we know that price wanted to come back into this level to retest it. Let's see if it respects equilibrium. If it doesn't respect equilibrium and breaks that fair value gap, I have to be out of this. That was insane of a 15-minute candlestick. That's crazy. That can't, like I told you, candlesticks will do whatever they need to do in that time frame to take out orders or test your resilience. It'll do it. We all know where the market wants to go. The market also knows where it wants to go, but it also knows that it needs to take out people to get down there as well, or manipulate people to think that price is going up. And or to test people's resolve. Because it also needs people to get out of, like I said, it also, price needs to get people out of the market that also give it fuel as liquidity. Let's see if we respect equilibrium, get that break of structure to the downside to show a confirmation. That is our new break of structure. If we don't get the break, that's okay. We still have the fair value gap to go off of. It's okay if price came down and did its thing, but we want to see as a full closure underneath it. If it can't give that to us, then we need to be out of it. Okay. If this new low gets formed, then this would not be the break. We inversed the gap before we got the break of structure. Come on. Alright, we got the break of structure as well. Let's see exactly what happens from here on out. It's that 15-minute candlestick, brothers and sisters. So we just completed equilibrium, which will now have price probably go back up and want to take out these orders to the upside. Now what we want to do is just repeat the process again, seeing this price wants to go ahead and act slow. But then you just see this break. Oh shit, that wasn't the break. Did we get the break here? No. Did we get the break here? No. Did we get the break here? Yes. But nonetheless, we got the inverse before we got the break of structure. Alright, there's no fair value gap for me to go off of, so we need to see a break of structure to see a continuation down. Or the 15-minute can go ahead and start acting right. That'd be great. We have 3 minutes left, almost 4 minutes left on this. The internet. I might want to pull up TradingView on my phone, just in case this internet wants to go out on me. "15 minutes is acting pretty well, acting right. Now, can it just be enough to get us down to where we need to be?" Cool, we got the actual break. Let's see if it holds. That didn't really year to check the scope, but yeah, that pussy will. That'll show me when you see me. Start the Lamborghini, let me know. The body pretty good. Yeah, great to Keep the money on the flow. Stay, place that auto stop a flow. Better stone from it. Alright, seeing as we completed the SMT, or not the SMT, we completed EQ, we gotta go back into the 5-minute and do this all over again to see if price wants to continue. Because price could also come back up like it did on this 15-minute. I need to wait for this low to get created. To be started, baby. Life is crazy. That be lemonade. Straight. Put this money on the flow. Same place that I don't stop a foe. When I come from, but not to think it just let me know. Let me know. Got it for the year, just check the scope. Get that pussy, bro. That he got it, show me where he see me. That I out of Mars, caught it like I stole it, let me guinea. Get this beat, then let me know. Get it, got it for the year, just check the scope, bitch. Alright, so we need price to come up over here. Come back down. Show us a break of structure out of here. So come up, come down, show us a break. Show us a continuation down. If it can't do that, then we need to close the trade. If it wants to continue further up, taking out all these other highs, disrespecting this EQ level, then we're just out of the trade completely. Because either one or two things are happening. Price is looking for a deeper retrace on the 5-minute, which would complete after taking out these highs, and or price wants to go ahead and shoot straight the fuck up over here. I don't know about you, but I'm not okay with that. So we want to see it come up, come down, but it might want to come up a little bit more. We'll see. If we're able to go ahead and come down majority of the way, we're gonna need to see a break of structure here to see a continuation down to take out the rest of this liquidity. So, It break was mine, it's a big was mine. It prays, it pours, it rains, it pours. I dream, I saw, I came, I saw. It prayed the Lord, then break the law. Pick what's mine, then take some more. It rains, it pours, it rains, it pours. Hey. Unless we get another low created here, then we'll go off of that to be the break. We also got to keep in mind that there's equal highs up here. Are those even equals? 2 seconds. Yeah, those are equal highs, so we got to pay attention to that. When we see equal highs, price has the opportunity to come up to the upside really high to take out these highs. So we have that also. That could also happen. If price wants to come up here, take out these equal highs within this move, then we're done with the trade. I'm not even going to look for it. I mean, it could do that and then come back down, but it also has a possibility of coming back up. We don't have a I don't believe we have a low been taken out just yet. No. No. Not yet. The 4-hour lows here, the 1-hour lows here, so we need to take out this liquidity to see anything more up. But we need to see these confluences work. Because again, if price wants to come up here, take out these equal highs on the 5 minute and the 1 minute, then we need to be out of the trade, because then price has the opportunity to take us out completely. So then want to seek out highs here to either do moves further down or fill this gap to go down. There's so much potential to the upside. But like I said, we're going to see price drag out a little bit. We need to see it either come up. We need to see it come up and come down. And we won't see that until we get into the smaller time frame, and that's what we do. But price would like to come up further. Probably, I'm hoping it doesn't take out this high up here. I'm hoping it just takes out the highs that it's forming on the 1 minute to want to go further down and to give me a break of structure. So like I said, if this is not good, this is going to be the next one that we use. I mean, we have to confirm that first by having the closure for the low show itself first. As of right now, this is the break. But we just got that closure. Or not the closure, but we got the up candle for the down candle. Or we got the low and the high creating the low candle, which is able to go ahead and give me the break off of this if we're able to. If not, then again, we're going to see price want to come up more. But we don't want to see it come up too high. We don't want to see too much of a deep retrace like we did at 9:30. But we're so close, like we're right there. We're like right there. There would be no reason to why price does not want to go ahead and take out these lows right now. You find that to me. Nobody make a move, bitch. Out of the papa, move. Out of the dead, bitch. Out of the dead, my shoes. Excuse me. We got a fair value gap drawn up. Once this closes, we would need to go ahead and see the reversal into it to see a confirmation. If not, then we're gonna know that price wants to go up for sure, because it's gonna respect the fair value gap on and the 5 minute is looking to be lightweight. It's looking like we're needing a deep 5 minute retracement. We actually want to get a discount up here and not down here. Down here is premium, but down here is discount. If we could go ahead and get the inverse in here, then we'll be able to go further down, but we need a confirmation on the 1 minute to show that as well. Or, no. Yeah, this is our confirmation. I'm sorry. This is our confirmation. Price came up. It's already done all that extra shit. Once it comes back down, it'll need to go ahead and break this inverse. But if we go the other way, then we're done. Trade is closed. We have confirmation that price wants to go further up. And as you can see, my stop is pretty tight. Do you want that retrace? This could also just be another test of resolve. Can we just hold this place? That'd be great. Doesn't want to respect this. It's only because we're so close to the 4-hour low. It's only because of that. Prices just doesn't want to touch that out just yet. Honestly, I might just kill the trade when it gets back down to here. I don't know if I could go back in and wait for another rotation down. That 15-minute candlestick the last time was ruthless. This motherfucker was ruthless. Or was it this one? No, it was this one. It was this candlestick that was just ruthless to us. We have a new fair value gap to go off of to see if it's inversed or not. For a good minute now, we've just been bouncing back and forth until the 4-hour gets hit. Hopefully we could do something down here. But then that leaves me to think, do I want to wait for another... Okay, so the thought process now is, if we could get another 15-minute break of structure, like we did the last time, that's a high chance we're going to go back down. But question is, do I want to wait throughout that time again after the 15-minute closes? Or even if it doesn't close below, I still gotta wait for another 15-minute candlestick to do some fun stuff to the top side. So it's all about, like, what do I want to put up with right now? Do I want to just put up with and be happy with this is? Or do I really just want to stick in this? Man at the air, get back to the well. I'm gonna make it out to get it there. Didn't care. So right now, as of right now, we're respecting the fair value gap, but that could change in the future. Back to the top of the well. Time that'll make it back to the there. Like Nike Air. I think they keep man of the year. I have until 11:30 to do this. If by 11:30 I don't complete this trade, then that's it. That's all she would read. All she would wrote. All she would write? That's all she wrote. Price action is just so slow right now, and we're honestly just consolidating. This is a lot of seek and destroy action. Just a lot of fun stuff happening, man. Nothing but seek and destroy environment. At 11:30, I'm done. At 11:30, I'm done. I don't care where this sits. This is gonna be just disgusting. We come down, we come up, we come down, we come up. I mean, we're honestly respecting the highs as of right now. But you can see we keep creeping closer and closer, though. That's the only problem. I think it was just too much for price, the ask price to come down to the 4-hour, honestly. But that's the hourly. That's the hourly candle. That's not even a 4-hour. We're just struggling to come down and take out the hour. I mean, it's also tied in with the 4, but nonetheless, it's still high liquidity that could be taken, guys. Come on. Can somebody could just shake the tree down? Somebody just needs to shake this tree. Ever since 11:45, we just been here on the 15-minute, struggling to go anywhere. We have about a minute left, minute and some change left on the 15-minute to see what it does. Let me see what the 30 minutes hitting for. Still got a minute 30 left on there too, so. Can we really blame the 15 or can we blame the 30? I blame the 15. It's just doing a lot of fun stuff to the upside. And I use fun vaguely. Another test of resolve? Price action? You never gave me the break of structure to the downside, that's what happened. But you gave me the inverse. Do you not want to respect the inverse? That's okay. Alright, so we just printed across the board a new candle. It's just a little game that we're playing now because of this. This is what I'm talking about. Like, do I really want to, like, sit in this and do this again? No, it's already 11:30. I said I was done. So, eventually price is going to want to go ahead and take out these lows. It's going to happen, but as of right now, it's just not in the cards. It's just not in the cards. Really good moves to be had, but price action and my entries period could have been a little bit better. This would have equaled me to a good take profit if I actually took it down to an appropriate level. But nonetheless, what is this? We went from negative $80 on the days back to 146 on the day. Alright, yeah. Yep, alright, that's what I'm gonna call it. I got a trade review to go ahead and do at 11:30, and I gotta keep to the schedule. So, like I said, how I explain this is pretty much how you could go ahead and have price tell you where it wants to go. Like I told you guys before, if we inverse this gap, if we inverse this gap, there's a high probability that we were going to want to take out these highs, these highs, these highs. We're already in the process of already taking out these highs, so the likelihood of wanting to do it here, possibly here, or even more so at these equal highs are there. And well, I really don't want to be losing out on any more money with that trade. What was that? It doesn't tell me here, but I gotta go. I didn't want to stay in here and do some funny stuff with price. Price is showing me that it wants to go up. Let it go up. You can do you. If you want to come back down here and like respect price later, that's awesome. But as of right now, I don't want to deal with your foolishness. I just don't. It'd be nice to see that price just wanted to go ahead and take out these. Look at it's trying to hunt out for this high right here. To even want to take out this high right here. To then make probably a rotation down. But it's already 12:30 over there. Price is already going slow as hell. We're well past taking another trade. That's how we do it. That's how we conserve capital. That's how we go ahead and just make a little bit of money on an okay day. Could we have done better? Yeah, we could have done a lot better. How could we have done? Well, that's for the trade review. That's for the trade review. All right, guys. See you guys later. Bye.